What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews, exclusively here as always on the Casa D18 Studios channel. I, of course, am your host, the Renegade JJ Williams, and today we're going to be taking a look at the sequel to Monday's film, Wayne's World 2, starring Mike Myers, Dana Carvey, Tia Carrere, Kim Basinger, Christopher Walken, Kevin Pollak, Chris Farley, Ed O'Neill, Drew Barrymore, Charlton Heston, Jay Leno, Heather Locklear, Rip Taylor, and Aerosmith. What's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining me here once again for another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews. And like I said at the top of the show, today we're going to be taking a look at the sequel to Monday's film, the sequel to the SNL Skit turned feature film, Wayne's World 2. And as our movie opens, Wayne Campbell and Garth Algar now host their public access television show, Wayne's World, from an abandoned factory in Aurora, Illinois. After the pair attend an Aerosmith concert, Wayne has a dream in which a weird naked Indian takes him to meet Jim Morrison in the desert. During his dream, Jim Morrison convinces Wayne that his destiny is to organize a major music festival, similar to Woodstock. Wayne and Garth decide to then dub the festival Waynestock and hire roadie Del Preston, whom, along with the Doors, had worked alongside Led Zeppelin, the Rolling Stones, and Ozzy Osbourne. Now, their early attempts to sign bands and sell tickets fail, causing Wayne to wonder if the endeavor is futile. Meanwhile, Wayne's girlfriend, Cassandra, the lead singer of the band Crucial Taunt, has a new record producer, Bobby Kahn, who is steadily trying to pull her away from Wayne and Illinois. At the laundromat one day, Garth meets Major Babe Honey Hornet, who seduces Garth and ends up trying to manipulate him into killing her ex-husband, causing Garth to ultimately end the relationship. Wayne ends up having trust issues and spies on Cassandra and Bobby one day with the help of the Wayne's World crew. When Wayne admits to spying on her, Cassandra ends the relationship with Wayne and becomes engaged to Bobby. Over time, tickets begin to start selling for Waynestock, and people are arriving to Aurora in droves. But no bands arrive, leaving Garth to try to keep the rowdy crowd in check. Meanwhile, Wayne attempts to stop Cassandra's wedding and win her back, but he ends up arriving at the wrong wedding, which is taking place ironically at a church directly across the street from where Cassandra's is being held. Wayne then crashes the correct wedding the second time and is able to grab Cassandra and escape the ceremony. They get back together in a scene that closely resembles the finale of The Graduate. Meanwhile, Garth has a bout of stage fright during the concert. Wayne and Cassandra return to the fields only to find that the bands still have not arrived. Wayne calls out to Jim Morrison for help, and Garth joins him on this particular dream, proving that Wayne wasn't crazy all along. Wayne then consults Jim Morrison, who tells him that the bands aren't going to show up at all. All that matters is that he tried. Unable to return to Waynestock, Wayne and Garth become lost in the desert, and as a result, they begin to die of starvation. Finding this unacceptable, they decide to do the Thelma and Louise ending, driving their car off of a cliff while trying to find the bands. Finally, Wayne and Garth admit that they need to end the film with the happy ending. In doing so, Aerosmith arrives for the festival, and Waynestock is a success. Jim Morrison then tells Wayne that he needed to organize Waynestock in order to learn that Cassandra loves him for who he is, and that adulthood requires one to take responsibility while being able to find the fun in life. Bobby then arrives at Waynestock attempting to pursue Cassandra, but he is prohibited from entering. In our mid-credits scene, the entire park is covered in trash after the concert, and the weird naked Indian begins to cry. But he cheers up when Wayne and Garth promise to clean the mess up as our movie comes to its close. Wayne's World 2 is definitely not as good as the original Wayne's World. It's definitely just as star studded between Kim Basinger, Christopher Walken, Drew Barrymore, Aerosmith, etc. Charlton Heston in a brief cameo. It's definitely star studded, and it definitely tried really hard. I just don't think it hit the mark properly when trying to execute. You know, the Doors movie had just recently come out when this movie was being made. Did they even attempt to try to get Val Kilmer to reprise his role as Jim Morrison for the dream sequences? I think that would have been a great way to go, since Val played Jim in the Doors movie and people said how much Val looked like Jim. If they could have gotten Val Kilmer locked in to portray Jim in this for the dream sequences, I think that would have been a huge coup and would have done so much better for the production of this film. Everybody pulled their weight. It was nice to see Garth get a little bit more screen time with the relationship with Honey Hornet, but at the end of the day, it just fell flat for me, unfortunately. Doesn't mean that I'm unwilling to watch Wayne's World 2 ever, because I do enjoy it on certain levels. But where I could sit down and watch the original anytime, any place, anywhere, kind of got to be in the right mood for Wayne's World 2. You know, it doesn't have that same rewatchability factor for me, unfortunately. What do you guys think? I'm curious. When it comes to my rating for Wayne's World 2, 2.5 out of 5 stars. And that's a serious blow when you consider I gave 5 stars to the original, 2.5 for the sequel. Again, I laugh. I do find parts of it funny, but I feel at the end of the day it was an unnecessary sequel, and it kind of comes off as such in the fact that it doesn't deliver near as well as the original. Again, I ask, what do you guys think? If you're watching the premiere, leave your thoughts and comments over here. If you're watching on demand later in the day, leave your thoughts and comments down here. I'm curious to see what you guys think of Wayne's World 2. Make sure you guys tune in tomorrow, right back here on the Casa D18 Studios channel, for another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews, when I'll be taking a look at Episode 3 in the Obi-Wan Kenobi limited series saga from Disney+. You're not going to want to miss out on that one. Right back here on the Casa D18 Studios channel, right back here on an all-new episode of Renegades Reviews, and I take a look at Episode 3 of the 6-episode Kenobi saga. To all my loyal fans and viewers out there that tuned in today, thank you very much. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. Make sure you like the video, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Let's try to boost this video up in the YouTube algorithms. Share this video with your family, your friends, other movie lovers, other cinephiles. Let's engage in that conversation about movies down here in the comment box and over here if you're watching the premiere. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you guys for tuning in and joining me today. Thank you very much, and I will see you guys next time.